right. Every time I put it on the tripod and I try and press play, it shakes a little bit, but we're over that now, so let's move on to the important part of the video. So this is a very a video I want to show a lot of gratitude, and yes, I am in bed. I want to show a lot of gratitude to two people because I've been really struggling recently, and that culminated in what happened yesterday, which I'll give context for in a minute. But two people commented on the video where I talked about it and showed a lot of empathy. And when I woke up this morning and saw those messages, and then obviously saw one a little bit later as I was going about my day, it made a big difference to where my brain was at, and that matters. Those individual things that you do matter massively, especially in a world where there's not a lot of empathy. So, two people I want to shout out is Laserbeak Bricks, who is new to the channel, or not to the channel. It sounds a bit YouTubery. Saw the video. It just randomly got shown because the YouTube algorithm's a bit weird at the moment. It got shown, and then they basically said, I can't remember the exact wording, so I'm not going to butcher it, but essentially showed empathy for how much it sucked what happened. And you don't have to do that. You don't have to click on a thumbnail. You don't have to then watch the first little bit of the video. You don't have to comment or anything. So going all the way to commenting and then saying, like, showing empathy for someone is it's nice. It's really nice of you. So thank you for that. And the other person I wanted to shout out was Haphazard Homestead, who I know has been following the channel for years because I saw their comment way ages ago, 4 years ago. I think 4 years, something like, wow, that's a long time. 4 years ago on an ADHD related video. I think it's a body doubling one. And it was really heartfelt at that time. And it made me feel nice that felt like I was helping or explaining something in some way. And vice versa now, their comments have always been really heartfelt. And today was no different. It was really, I got quite emotional, to be honest, when I was thinking about it, because they obviously, I'll speak directly to you now. You know what it's like to have a project fail, and to put loads of effort into it, and it seems to be going well, and you've kind of got over your executive functioning stuff and all the difficulties, because it's so much harder to get to a place a neurotypical person gets to sometimes, especially when you're trying to be creative or like plan ahead, whatever, all that stuff. You understand what that's like. And then that moment when you've realized it fails and like dawns on you, that can be a very dangerous moment for people with ADHD. And luckily, when I realized, I quickly made the video and then fell asleep because I was exhausted. But by the time I'd woken up, there was these comments, and not being dramatic like anything crazy was going to happen, but I definitely would have been just really down for that, and the whole weekend would have gone by without doing anything. I should give the context actually, because if anyone's up to this point and they have no context, you're a very loyal person. So the context is that I've been posting every day on YouTube for 2026, and I like to do challenges as a way of getting myself out of ruts. And quite often when you don't plan them out properly, or they're not the right fit, you put yourself back into a rut. But you do learn stuff along the way. But anyway, I'm not going to get too much into analysing it now because I'm emotionally spent. But yeah, yesterday, or I suppose this morning, my phone died because I was using it to get to sleep because insomnia, and that meant that I had to nap in the afternoon. And I've been napping a lot recently, which in itself is a problem, but I napped until 22:30, which is when my alarm was supposed to go off, and then further past that because my phone had died, which then meant I woke up at midnight, which obviously means on the 17th, no, not 27th or whatever day it was, Friday, I didn't post, which was the first day I hadn't posted. And that basically means the challenge is over. Ultimately, I'm making this video to number one, to say thank you to some people who made a big impact in the short term, and then obviously people that I've known for a while or have I recognize from being around for a while. So I wanted to, that ultimately I wanted to thank them, because empathy is very important for people. I've said that a few times now and I'm kind of rambling, but essentially I don't know what I want to do yet with this. There are plenty of options. I think I was due to do because it'll be a new month, I was due to do like the month roundup tomorrow. So I'm going to do that and talk about all these things then. But yeah, there's a lot of options for where I can go from this. All is not lost, even though it feels like it. But what I do want to say is, specifically, you guys, the two people who commented, helped me not catastrophize. You know the word I'm trying to say. Make a catastrophe out of stuff. And I got up today and I walked 12-ish kilometers to a supermarket that's just opened up, and then came back and I just bought one thing, but I filmed the whole process and I actually enjoyed it. And that's usually what I would have done in situations like this where the challenge has just been broken, or I would just not do anything for like a week. I wouldn't think about YouTube. I wouldn't even attempt to film anything. But today I filmed it all, and I actually was going to post it, and the idea was I took my brain for a walk, because it's, you know, how I process stuff, or one of the ways I process stuff. And it was quite a cool idea, and I had some really interesting filming angles, and filmed walking there, walking back, inside the store, blah blah blah. And I actually filmed this the previous day as well, not the walking, but the going to the store, because it's just opened, and that would have been cool to capitalize on the popularity locally. But anyway, didn't do that, and that in itself is a problem. I'm still doing a bunch of the filming stuff, but not necessarily doing the editing, and I actually really enjoy editing, but it's like I'm giving up before I've even tried, because I don't feel like I'm going to get the quality high enough before the midnight deadline, and that is a problem. I never ever used to give up. I was a fighter, and I had no problems with working myself to the bone to get what I wanted to get to, and that was a big part of my like youth, and then early teens into mid-teens. I've lost that, which is a major problem, obviously, and that's not great. But this whole challenge, I guess, was me trying to get to that. I'm going way too much into the like analysis stuff now, and it has been almost 9 minutes, so I'm going to stop that for there. I'm going to continue to like actually process this properly, try and organize my thoughts into like a put together thing, which is like coherent rather than a ramble. So if you've got through this far, you deserve a hug, because I don't know how you've done that. But yeah, I'll do like a put together analysis video tomorrow. It is Saturday at probably about 7:20, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get into, well, I'm in bed already. I'm just gonna watch a few shows, and I'm gonna get an early night, I think, after I post this, because I'm not making that mistake again. Maybe this becomes getting a summer body challenge or something. I don't know. We'll see. But to the two people, if you're still watching at this point, to the two people who commented, thank you very much. It meant an awful lot. So.